going on, everybody? My name is Brandon. This is Potty Sports, your spot for uncensored and unfiltered sports opinions. Today, we're coming with episode 46 of Zoomin with the boys. It's been a while since we talked NBA, so we got the fucking NBA insiders, a couple Wojs in here today to talk about everything that's fucking gone down since we took our little break. I mean, a lot's gone down. We had the All-Star draft. We have the trade deadline, some big fucking moves going on as usual every other year. We're going to go through the standings and the stats, talk about who's fucking running the show around here, and give our predictions for the second half of the season since the All-Star week is creeping up. It is next weekend, so we're going to give our predictions for that, and then we're going to get the fuck out of here. How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Just good, eh, Joe?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Nick, you're good, brother?
Oh, yeah. That's my best life right here.
Everyone's just waking up, and I mean, good time to talk basketball. George, you're hanging in there, bud?
Doing I.
All right, fuck. Let's run through some trades quick. We're going to start with the Norman Powell trade. Norman Powell and Robert Covington got traded to the Clippers, and the Blazers got Eric Bledsoe, Justice Winslow, Keon Johnson, and a second-round pick. Seems like Portland is kind of shipping everybody out, especially with the trade that went on later, right by the trade deadline. Yeah, seems like they're fucking emptying house, and Damian Lillard's the only one fucking left. And I personally don't see Damian Lillard staying there too much longer. I don't think he's going to stick around for a fucking apparent rebuild.
That's right. And
Wow.
I thought like Portland were gonna make a trade, like not like the Powell trade they did. I thought they were gonna make a trade to convince Dame like they want to go to the next level, but apparently not.
Yeah, it seems like they're cleaning house more than anything, more than bringing in more stars for Dame. I mean, Eric Bledsoe, that guy's done, in my opinion. He had his fucking time, and I think Norman Powell is only getting better too. Guy's turned into a fucking scorer, so I think the Clippers are winning that trade.
Portland didn't get anything really valuable for valuable pieces. I don't really know what to say on this trade. I think they're just, like you said, clearing house, trying to do a rebuild around Dame, but I don't think Dame will stay. And if he does, he is smoking some strong weed down in Portland. I don't understand why he is still there. Like, it's just as simple as that.
Straight
And
up, though.
he only really pledged loyalty to the fucking organization because they want to compete. And every year they do enough to squeak into a potential playoff spot or the play in, and they get bounced out first round. So they don't really go deep in the playoffs, but they still make the playoffs. So you would think that they would try and add on to push through the playoffs. But I mean, these other teams are just so much better. And yeah, again, I don't really see Dame sticking around. I think he'll be gone by summer after the season's done. I think he'll want out of Portland. We got Cavs acquiring Karis LeVert in a second round pick, and the Pacers got Ricky Rubio a first and 2 seconds. I mean, personally, I think Cavs won this trade. They're definitely making a playoff push. And I mean, we'll get into it a bit later, but they really creeped the fuck out of nowhere this season.
Damn right. Karis LeVert's a fucking baller too. And Ricky Rubio just had a terrible season-ending injury, so who knows how that guy's going to play when he comes back too.
I think their plan is to re-sign him next year. He's coming. His contract's expiring. That's why they traded him. They traded his expiring contract for Karis LeVert. I don't know if they want him to come back. I don't know if he can come back. I can't remember, but.
And Indiana's all in on the rebuild now, so.
Oh, yeah. Miles Turner is the only survivor, which, poor guy. Poor guy. That's all I got to say.
Another Trailblazers fucking trade. Basically, this is the creme de la creme and the icing on the cake. We had CJ McCollum, Larry Nance Jr., and Tony Snell going to the Pelicans, and the Blazers got Josh Hart, Alexander Walker, Sadarowski, and some fucking bum, first round and 2 second rounds. Obviously, again, cleaning house. Pelicans, I think they're trying to prep for Zion to come back by doing this. But like he's a big fucking question mark. I think he was an even bigger question mark than Ben Simmons' whole ordeal. And Ben sat out the whole fucking season voluntarily, not due to injury, aka weight issues.
Yeah, Zion just keeps getting setbacks. So like he's supposed to come back, I think, a couple months ago, and he was rehabbing away from the team but staying in touch or some shit like that. But it's only been like going downhill as he just keeps getting setbacks, and maybe he should just lay off the fucking Big Macs for a bit and go back to the gym and he'll be all right. But
like when you can't work out because you have like a foot or a leg injury, it's understandable that you're going to put on weight, but you're already fucking 280 pounds when you're healthy. So like you should have lost weight. You should have been losing weight when you came into the NBA anyways. But I mean, that was
he had a nice year last year. 27
did.
points.
He did, but he played what, half the season?
Oh,
every time that guy goes up for a dunk, I feel like he's gonna come down and pop his knee. He's so fucking big.
Derrick Rose? Is he the next D Rose?
Oh, I was like, what?
I mean, Derrick Rose bounced back. I personally, if Zion keeps going down that path, he's the path that he's going down. I don't see him bouncing back. I think he's fucking Anthony Bennett 2.0, except more talented. Thanks for coming into the league, bud. Have fun over in Europe. Big Kings trade. The Pacers got Halliburton, Buddy Hield, and Tristan Thompson. The Kings got Sabonis, Justin Holiday, Jeremy Lamb, and a second-round pick. Interesting fucking trade. I didn't really see Buddy Hield going anywhere, but fuck.
He just hasn't been playing very good this year, though. He's probably had one of the worst seasons he's had. I know that because I have him in fantasy. Fucking guy so up and down. Mostly down, though. I don't really know who won this trade, though. Like, it's pretty even, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's true because they got the rookie Halliburton, but
He's good.
Sabonis is a good player. But
Very
I think
good player.
the Pacers are getting someone back, a Canadian NBA champion, Tristan Thompson.
Chloe's ex, bud. That's what he's known as.
The Kings definitely won that trade. I don't think Justin Holiday, he's a very underrated piece in that. I watched him play the other night. He almost won me some money. Man, but he plays really, really good defense, something the Kings lack.
And Jeremy Lamb's solid too.
Yeah. They just got a solid pick. I don't know. Indiana's building for the future, though. I don't expect to see them doing anything for the next couple of years.
No. And yeah, I think the Kings are in a better position to get into the play-in tournament than the Pacers. The Pacers are just right off at this point.
19-38 is pretty bad.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that one. We had a 3-team trade. The Utah Jazz got Alexander Walker and Hernan Gomez. The Blazers got Joe Ingles, Elijah Hughes, and a second-round pick. And then the Spurs got Satoransky and a second-round pick. So Alexander Walker and Satoransky didn't sit too long in that previous trade. Surprised to see Joe Ingles move, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure he's injured anyways. And I think he's due for surgery. So, I mean, again, the Blazers are putting players on the shelf.
It's a pretty underwhelming trade, in my opinion. But
yeah, that's kind of a meh. Bol went to the Magic. Let's see. The fucking Toronto Raptors finally got rid of Goran Dragic. Was waiting for that. That was a ticking time bomb the whole season. And I mean, the fucking Raps lately have been on an absolute fucking streak. So
yes, we have. Let's fucking go.
They're looking pretty hot. We'll talk about that here in a bit. But the Raps got Thaddeus Young and Drew Eubanks. I mean, Thaddeus Young's a solid pickup, especially for a young fucking team. I mean, that trade's not good. Charlotte Hornets got Montrezl Harrell, and the Wizards got Vernon Carey Jr. and Ish Smith and a second-round pick. Hornets are definitely prepping for a play-in play-in type fucking position at the end of the season. LaMelo's playing great. Terry's doing his fucking thing as well. Oubre's up and down as usual. I mean, they got some solid fucking pieces on that team. I don't see them making a far playoff push, but I mean, to even be in the conversation is a big step from where they were the last 3-4 seasons.
Yeah,
But
Harrell's a good pickup.
We'll talk about like standings wise, but I don't think Charlotte has that one guy that can.
Because they're
Take-
still developing. Like LaMelo's their guy. It's just he's still
Absolutely.
developing his game.
Yeah, he's only getting better. That guy's LaMelo's the answer, in my opinion. He's good. He's their star for sure.
Yeah. Miles Bridges, LaMelo, just the way that their chemistry is amazing. Gordon
Yeah.
Hayward.
PJ Washington too.
Yeah.
Yeah, PJ, and now they got Harrell. Like they got good depth on that team now.
I see him next year as a very, very high seed. Fourth or
Yeah.
fifth seed.
I see them being 4 or 5 next year. Some players just need a couple fucking years under the belt. Like LaMelo plays an all-around great game, and then he has a supporting cast. So as long as the office can keep their shit together and keep these pieces around, I mean, they're gonna build something. Let me see. 4-team trade. Holy shit. Bucks got Serge Ibaka, a bunch of fucking picks. The Clippers got Rodney Hood. The Kings got DiVincenzo, Josh Jackson, Trey Lyles, and the Pistons got Marvin Bagley III. Marvin Bagley III was a part of a potential trade in our fantasy recently for Luka Doncic, and that quickly got swiped to the side, obviously.
Thanks.
Celtics got Derek White. Spurs got Josh Richardson, Romeo Langford, a first-round pick, and a first-round swap.
Underwhelming trade, but good trade.
Little surprising trade right here. We had the Dallas Mavericks getting Spencer Dinwiddie and Bertans for fucking Kristaps Porzingis. Go whatever the fuck, man.
Oh,
And Washington Wizards got Kristaps Porzingis and a second-round pick. I was
It's
a
a
little
good-
surprised by this, but
yeah, me too. It's a good pickup, but I don't know what maybe they'll. I don't know because
I think
now
it's a better pickup for the Wizards,
than the
personally.
Mavericks. Yeah,
I mean, Porzingis is if you're comparing Porzingis and Dinwiddie, I mean Porzingis is definitely a bigger name.
I don't really think the Mavericks should be looking for guard depth. I don't think Kristaps Porzingis has really been contributing to what he should be potential wise in Dallas. They need a big body. I mean, Kristaps Porzingis, the big thing about him when he came into the league was the ability to stretch and be able to hit that long mid range, and it's just not there anymore. So
he's not the unicorn anymore.
no, he's not the unicorn.
Him and
And-
Ben's still gonna be dangerous.
We'll wrap up the fucking trade deadline here with the biggest fucking trade. We had James Harden going to the 76ers and Ben Simmons finally getting moved to the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets also got Seth Curry, Andre Drummond, and 2 first-round picks. Don't know how the 76ers changed their stance so fast on wanting first-round picks for Ben Simmons, just to turn around and give 2 first-round picks and 2 solid bench players and Ben Simmons for James Harden.
Nets definitely won that trade. I mean, but everyone got what they wanted at the same time. Harden wanted out, and Simmons obviously wanted out. But I mean, those are 3 good, like Simmons, Curry, fucking Drummond. That's 3 really good pieces. And Nets need a solid center, man. I mean, they have Aldridge, they have fucking Blake Griffin, but no one ever plays like a fucking full like fucking season for them. Aldridge is always hurt. Blake Griffin is obviously washed.
And they got Claxton, but he's not that great.
He's not that great. He rarely ever starts. And I think Andre Drummond should be the starter for the Nets at center. Absolutely.
Andre Drummond got a lot of shit last year for the Lakers, and it wasn't really his fault.
No,
Right.
they didn't involve him enough in the rotation, and
Yeah,
they
with
all
Montez.
I'm pretty sure we still had Dwight too.
Yeah.
So that was it's just a big mumble jumble on how to juggle both of those big bodies in the paint.
But I
Minutes
still
wise.
think we didn't get enough. Like we gave up too much.
Absolutely. 76ers, right? Yeah,
I don't
they
know
gave
why
up.
Seth Curry went there. I don't know why you
Like
get rid of him.
maybe if they could have kept Dre, okay, I get it, but giving up a shooter in Seth, who's been playing like all right this season, I don't know.
I mean, he will crawl out of the woodwork and drop 30 at any given time. Once his stroke gets hot from 3, it's not hard. He's got the
'Cause
fucking genes.
Because Harden, he'll just say, "Oh, I'm injured," and then
Well, these two are division rivals. They're both one of the best teams in the East. They're both projected.
whoa.
They're
What do
both.
you mean? Brooklyn's not the best team in the East.
I said
I mean,
they're
when
two of
when
the
they're
best.
all healthy,
Oh.
when they're all healthy, they absolutely are one of the
3.
best teams in the East.
They're both projected to. It's Brooklyn is the favorite to make it out of the East, and then the 76ers is right behind them. And imagine this starting lineup: Andre Drummond, Kevin Durant at the 4, Ben Simmons at the 3, Seth Curry at the 2, and fucking Kyrie Irving at the 1. Good night, sleep tight. Don't let the fucking bed bugs bite.
Only
The
only on the
76ers
road.
won't be able to
Only
compete
on
with
the
that.
road, Bubs.
Yeah.
Kyrie's not playing at home.
We'll see. The mandates can change just like that. We've all
think that's
fucking
gonna
seen
change.
it, and I think it'll change right before playoffs,
Comfort?
and then boom.
I think it'll change. Yeah, Kyrie will be playing every game soon.
Not saying that other teams might not creep up. We still got the Bucks. We still got the Heat. The Cavs are fucking right up there too. And we'll get into that later. But Jesus, Nets starting 5 look pretty fucking stacked if Steve can make that fucking starting rotation look like that.
Because now, but the only thing that I'm not proud about is we literally gave up our bench.
Yeah.
Now the Nets have debts, and that's one thing they were fucking lacking.
But the 76ers goal in this trade was to get rid of the 3/4 year contract for Ben Simmons and substitute it for a 2-year deal, a 1-year deal, and then a player option for James Harden. So if James Harden doesn't work out, it's not like they're stuck with a thorn in their side. If he wants a player option for 1 year, who knows? The guy fucking bounces around the league.
Yeah, but he
like
already
Russell
opted.
Westbrook.
Yeah, he's
Sorry,
Okay, so he plays next season, and then you get rid of him after the fucking slate's clean. You're not locked into like a fucking $150 million deal with Ben Simmons.
Yeah, but
The Nets are.
The Sixers are. It's not like they're doing bad.
No,
like, they're doing like.
But
they're
Joel
still-
Embiid can't carry the load. He can't do what he's been doing.
I know, but now
Can't run the
Harden's
playoffs like
gonna
that.
come in and it's gonna be nice
Contribute.
to see. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna try to be the Rockets hard.
I think it's mutually beneficial on the court. I think the Nets got the favorite in this one. In the office, I think the 76ers got the favorite in this one. I mean, the Nets still have to deal with Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving's contract, now Ben Simmons' contract, and then provide a supporting cast for all 3 of those players, which, I mean, look how it's worked out with James, Kyrie, and Kevin. Didn't really work out too well.
They only played 13 games together.
16. They went 13-3.
So,
that's Kai's fault in my opinion. I blame Kyrie for James Harden leaving through and through.
Yeah. And I mean, it's apparent that the Nets are going for it all this year with this trade. So
I hope so, because they lost 10 games in a row.
yeah,
Well,
they haven't
unlike
been
the
looking.
Lakers.
They also don't have Durant in. They have Kyrie in half the goddamn time, and James Harden faking injuries. So
Speaking of James Harden, some more, we're going to get into the fucking NBA All-Star draft. That was very exciting to watch. It was hilarious. The whole inside the NBA TNT fucking crew was trolling James Harden, throwing alley-oops for Kevin and LeBron, and LeBron had the clipboard up, just couldn't stop fucking laughing. It was hilarious. I think it was the best draft yet.
then you got Durant sitting there. I don't think he fucking
Straight
smiled
face.
once. He was pissed. Didn't crack a fucking smile, that guy.
LeBron toyed with him that whole time, and I was loving it.
Yeah.
I was loving it. Just take Harden off the board, LeBron. What are you doing?
And LeBron's taken him in the past too.
Yeah. And then when it was Gobert and Harden left, I was like, you motherfucker, just take Harden. Just take Harden, KD. Just don't be this petty. I need size. I'm going to take Rudy Gobert. You fuck.
They're the
You
two
petty
least
motherfucker.
liked fucking players in that draft, and they both got picked last. Like nobody likes picking Rudy Gobert. Nobody likes him around the league, to be honest. And then, I mean, James
Annoying.
is fucking sour milk to Kevin Durant now, which is hilarious. I mean, if this shit, like, if they meet in the playoffs, that's going to be one interesting fucking series. I'll tell you that. But yeah, no. LeBron pulled the fucking petty card out when it was 3 players left, and Chuck fucking was just like, come on, fucking set him up for it. You got to make him decide. And then he's just like, yeah, I'm going to roll with the Chuckster here, and I'm going to pick Fred VanVleet. So pick Fred VanVleet just so fucking Kevin Durant had to pick between the 2 guys that neither player wanted. So it was fucking lit. I'll run through the roster quick. Team LeBron starters. We got Giannis. We got Steph Curry, DeMar DeRozan, LeBron, obviously, who's the captain, and Nikola Jokic. The reserves for LeBron, we got Jimmy Butler, Luka Doncic, Darius Garland, James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, Chris Paul, and Fred VanVleet. And then for Team Durant, we had Kevin Durant, but he's injured. Joel Embiid, Ja Morant, Jason Tatum, Andrew Wiggins, Trae Young. And then for reserves, we had LaMelo Ball, Devin Booker, Rudy Gobert, Zach LaVine, Chris Middleton, DeJounte Murray, Karl Anthony Towns, and Draymond Green, who was injured as well. I personally think LeBron won the draft here, boys.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Like he always
Absolutely. Yeah, it's hard to beat that fucking starting 5. Holy fuck.
Giannis, Steph, and LeBron.
Giannis, Steph, LeBron, Joker.
Yeah.
And then DeMar DeRozan.
DeMar DeRozan is having a
off.
season. Yeah, that guy's going off.
And then on the bench, you got fucking Luka, Jimmy, James, CP.
Yeah, Team LeBron won that. Wow.
I just think Kevin had too many like up and comers, like LaMelo, DeJounte. I mean, Zach LaVine's solid as well, but
They're all
Andrew
guys.
He has Andrew Wiggins on a starter. Like, who fucking voted that much for Andrew Wiggins that he's a starter for Kevin Durant?
I don't know.
Sub or no sub, man.
The guy should not be a starter.
Actually, he's not
I'm
even
sorry.
he's not even a fucking sub because Jason Tatum is subbing for Kevin Durant.
Yeah, but
so
he's playing for your country.
Doesn't matter.
I don't care.
It's all about who's a better player, not
Yeah,
who's
but
from what fucking country.
Yeah, but jokes aside, I think D Books deserves to be in, not.
Yeah.
I don't think Wiggins should not be a starter.
I would rather roll with Devin Booker than Andrew Wiggins for a starter position.
Absolutely.
Probably even Zach LaVine as well. I would also give Rudy Gobert the opportunity rather than Andrew Wiggins. Fucking what, 4-time DPOY? Better than Wiggins. DeJounte Murray's having a better season than Wiggins is.
Oh yeah, that guy's going off.
Having a fucking season.
So-
That's
Yeah.
why the All-Star thing is like so like glitchy. Like, remember when they had
fans
Zaza
troll
Pachulia?
the votes? Do you remember
know.
when Lonzo Ball was leading at one point a couple of years ago in his rookie
and
season?
Zaza and
Zaza,
Zaza
yeah.
Pachulia.
Zaza Pachulia.
They had a whole country voting for him. That was fucking hilarious.
But they
So
need to
shut that
change
down.
how that is, man. Because that's like you work hard all season and then.
Well, it's like a joke. If you're like one of the worst players in the NBA, they make it like their job to vote you in just for a
like
fucking
John
troll.
Scott.
Literally, that's Zaza Pachulia is John Scott. It's the same fucking kind of thing.
I think the NBA gives this shit a couple more seasons, lets these international prospects develop a bit more, and then I think we got to see a world versus USA All-Star game. Because like it's getting to that fucking point. I mean, we got, let's see, worldwide, we got Rudy Gobert, Andrew
Yeah.
Wiggins,
Giannis.
Okay.
Joel Embiid,
Joker.
Giannis, yeah, Joker,
Luka, Kristaps.
Luka, Kristaps. It's getting there. We're not there yet, but it's fucking getting there.
I think for the All-Star game, the NBA needs to get rid of fan voting. That's the biggest problem.
I
It
mean,
used to mean something.
LeBron's led for what, the last 10 fucking years,
Yeah.
at least. I'm like, I'm not even gonna bother looking that up, but it's something like that.
But,
Like, I have a question for all of you. Who do
So-
you think did not go to the All-Star game but had like a career year?
Tough question, actually. There's a lot of them out there.
I mean, I'm not saying he's not having a career year by any means. I'm surprised Julius Randle has underperformed this season. I would have expected him to be on this roster, especially how he played last year, but he's not putting up what he did last year. He's not what he is from last year.
is Jimmy an all-star?
Jimmy
Did he get-
Butler?
Yeah, did he get snubbed?
No, he's on LeBron's team.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah, he was like one
But
of the
I
first
think-
reserve picks.
I think Chris Middleton did not deserve to go to All-Star.
No. Bam should have been in there, I think.
I
I think
don't.
Siakam could have went before
yeah.
Fred Van Vliet.
I don't believe
That's-
Damian Lillard's on a team.
No, but he got injured too early. You have to
Yeah.
play a certain amount of games to get into the All-Star game. That's why Paul George isn't there. That's why Kawhi's not there. It's why Clay can't play. It's why Kai can't play. It sucks, but it is what
Like
it is.
even LaMelo Ball, like the reason he's in the All-Star game because of KD or Draymond, right?
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
because of Draymond.
DeJounte is because of KD.
And
But
two,
as much as
Pascal
it-
Siakam too has been
That's what I said. Siakam should have been in there. Guy's actually going off since he came back.
Nobody wanted him. We were going to trade him too this year. We offered him to the Warriors. They said, no, we don't want him. Oh, yeah.
It's all right. Now look at the Raps. Fucking what, 8 game winning streak. And Pascal has been a big part of it. So
Yeah, the Raps have won 8. I'll run through. You want to run through rosters or sorry, standings? Fucking do it. Okay.
whatever.
Starting the Eastern Conference, the Miami Heat are the first in the East. Cleveland Cavaliers second, Chicago Bulls, then the Milwaukee Bucks, then the Philadelphia 76ers, then the Toronto Raptors.
Ooh.
Then for 7th seed, we got the Boston Celtics. 8th, we got Brooklyn Nets. 9th, we have the Charlotte Hornets. And 10th, we have the Atlanta Hawks. Western Conference, we have the Phoenix Suns sitting pretty at the 1st seed. Golden State 2nd. Memphis Grizzlies 3rd. Utah Jazz 4th. Dallas Mavericks. Then the Denver Nuggets. Then the 7th seed, we have the Minnesota Timberwolves, the LA Clippers, then the LA Lakers, then the New Orleans Pelicans sitting at 10th. Let's start in the East. Where do we think people are going to move from after this trade deadline?
The East actually seems pretty like makes sense that those 10 teams are the ones in the top 10.
Yeah.
That one's pretty set for me.
I think the top 5 stay, and Brooklyn goes to 6, and the Raptors get bumped down to 7, and the Celtics get bumped down to 8. That's probably what I'm
I
seeing.
mean, looking at it right now, I can see Miami sitting tight. I mean, those top 4-5 teams are gonna move around. I think it's gonna be hard to see because of the James Harden trade how that impacts the Philly offense. I think it will positively, not negatively. I mean, Toronto's had a good run. Kind of disappointed in the New York Knicks sitting there at 12. I can see them bumping up, honestly. I can see them even taking over Atlanta Hawks for like the 10th seed type shit. Other than that, I don't really see anybody else moving. I like George said, I think these 10 teams are the 10 teams. It's just a matter of how they move around. I'll agree with you, Nick. I think Brooklyn is going to go on a bit of a streak here now that they have fresh blood on the rotation. I can see them bumping up to 6, and then they don't have to worry about the play-in tournament.
Yeah. Now that they have defense, that was their biggest struggle. I watched them play the other night. They couldn't stop the ball. Like they couldn't get in front of it. Everybody was too slow. I was just like, what happened to this team? I'm just happy they actually did something, unlike the Lakers.
You're just gonna send subtle shots to the Lakers.
Oh, all day. I can't believe Rob didn't pull any triggers at all, like even a little trade. But
Yeah, I can't
Put a
believe it
little-
either. He's just letting them sit and
Yeah.
rot. I don't really agree with it either, but at the same time, I understand how it would be difficult to try and shine off Russell Westbrook like something that he isn't. And I mean,
Yeah.
after this contract, that guy's going to take a pay bump for sure. And
Is
it's
he
gonna,
ever?
it's going to be hard for, I mean, he's going to be a small market guy, I think, for the rest of his career. So,
But I think the Celtics are gonna move up too, because they were struggling, and then after Tatum's going off, they won a lot of games in a row,
I can see
Yeah.
like
that.
7 games in a row.
Me and my buddy kind of a rivalry because I'm a Raptors fan. He's a Celtics fan, but I give him a lot of shit. But Boston's a good team right now. They're not coming out of the East, but they're gonna make a push.
They've won 7 in a row. I think Milwaukee and Chicago move up. I think Cleveland can even drop right down to 5 at least.
Yeah.
I don't think they stay as hot, especially after the All-Star game. I don't see them staying as hot. And I mean, Brooklyn's on their way.
Yeah.
I think we won't expect to see Ben until maybe the week after All-Star break. I think they give him a couple weeks, get back on the fucking treadmill, get your fucking game going a bit, and then maybe a week after All-Star break, you're coming in for the last minute push.
And KD probably is gonna come back in like 3-4 weeks.
I think so too. He's down for a bit too, which is going to be tough. So I think I can even see them being a 500 team. They've lost 10 in a row now. I can see them being a 500 team right going into All-Star break. So they're probably going to play at least 2 games this week.
Yeah, and they're not going to have Simmons. They're not going to have Durant, and then only if they're away they're going to have Kyrie. So,
but what team do you think
They played the
is
Heat
a team
tonight.
that's like everyone's scared about? Is it the Bucks or the Miami or Bulls?
Miami.
probably the
that's-
Bulls, Chicago. They're
But I
solid.
think Miami has a complete team. Maybe
Yeah.
their bench is not that good, but
I mean, in season 1 of this shit, when we were talking about the beginning of the fucking season, I literally said Jimmy and Tyler need to get their fucking injury woes out early and then go on a fucking tear, and look what they've fucking done. So,
Tyler's averaging 20 off the bench. Like that's some managed shit right there. That's fucking impressive.
yeah.
but
And-
Kyle too has been a key piece for Miami.
Yeah.
When he's there, he hasn't been there in like fucking 3 months. He's back now, or however long it was, personal reasons.
I saw Kyle play when I went to watch in beginning of January. So
No, he wasn't gone 3 months, but he was gone for like.
No, I know he
10
was gone for a
games.
while though.
Oh yeah.
he was trashed that game.
I
We'll
don't
talk
think
about
Chicago doing much just because Alex Caruso's out right now. Like
and Lonzo. Lonzo won't be
Lonzo.
back till March.
so,
He's
2 key
out 8
defensive
weeks.
pieces. Their defense has taken a hit since those 2 guys have been out. If they don't score, they have to trade bucket to
Yeah.
win games.
Yeah,
Like-
but Vooch has been.
They very
killing
well
it
could though.
since-
Like they have DeRozan, they have Levine, who can both fucking just go off. Well, DeRozan has been. Vucevic
Exactly.
is fucking
That's
solid.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
gonna be
can't
high
trade
scoring
for that.
fucking games, and I mean, it's just you don't want DeMar and Zach to feel sluggish going into the playoffs when you get everyone back.
Yeah.
So that's
Mhm.
gonna be a hard juggle for.
But I think
coaching staff.
DeMar needs to come back to earth because every playoff run he always shits the bed. So I think now it's his time to. The Frozen.
Murray's
He's
going
gonna-
off since
he's-
the start of the year, man. Like
But that's what he did when he was with.
he never went off like this, like ever. It's the best season DeMar DeRozan's had.
Yeah, it is. Even when he was with the Raps, he was still
Yeah.
solid when he was with the Raps, but
Just that team. That team is it's a well-rounded team.
yeah,
Mhm.
Very good.
But I
team.
still think Miami is better than the Bulls.
I think so too.
I'll give you that.
Especially healthy.
And I don't think the Bucks is not as good as they think they are.
I think they're pretty fucking good.
They're solid, man. Giannis is a lock defender.
Giannis can fucking take
But the
over whenever
Raptors
he
beat them
wants.
twice though. I
The Raptors have also won 8 in a row. They've just been playing good basketball.
We're on fire, man.
They're on fire.
but I think the Sixers are gonna get better. Probably gonna be top 3.
That's your hot take for the day.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Embiid's gonna dunk on Simmons. Simmons gonna cry and you know the-
Embiid's might not dunk on Andre Drummond though.
Oh, Drummond is too fat, so Embiid will just. do
So
it
is
by
mid.
him.
James Harden wore his fat suit, so he get traded. So
Oh,
All right.
We
Let's talk about
both
the
know
Western
Em-
Conference.
we both know James Harden is a scorer.
You'll probably be putting up
in
more now.
the
anyway.
strip clubs or on the court?
Yeah, both.
Let's talk about the Western Conference. How do we see things moving around here? Let me look. I think Lakers could even dip down to 10. If I'm gonna be fucking honest, they're just all over
should
the
be.
fucking place. I know
You
they
don't
should be.
believe, man? You gotta believe.
They have given me no reason to. No reason whatsoever.
Like I heard they were looking at Dennis Schroeder again. Like you just fucking got rid of the guy.
Yeah, and he was trash.
Like holy fuck.
When you lose to Portland, you know there's a fucking issue. Like when you have LeBron James and Anthony Davis on the court at the
That
same
Portland
time.
game, Jordan told me something about the Portland game. Didn't even look at the app or anything. Did not watch the game. I'm like, well, they lost. Like, because they've been on a fucking absolute losing streak. Like, it's just not surprising anymore that they can't pull it together. Anthony Davis is a shell of himself. Russell Westbrook is a
man.
fucking turnover machine who can't even. I've been watching clips. He can't even make a fucking shot from 6 feet away. It's
It's
embarrassing.
the reason why he's getting benched in the last 5 minutes and in overtime. Like
and
holy fuck.
then says he doesn't agree with it. Like, what do you mean you don't agree with it? Malik Monk's playing better than you, for fuck's sake.
Yep.
Like, it's insane.
And I watched Giannis lock up Anthony Davis like it was his fucking
was
job.
bad. That was
Holy
bad.
fuck. Giannis locked that guy up.
I don't think LeBron should not have to pull all the weight in year 19 at 37 years old. It's
No, he
fucking
shouldn't.
retarded.
With this roster, especially.
Yes. Like what happened to Melo? He had a hot fucking start. Haven't heard a word about him.
He's
Yeah,
been
he's
injured.
injured right now. Day to day.
And I mean,
Yeah.
Frank is known as a defensive minded fucking coach, but the players can't defend a fucking thing. I wouldn't tack that all on Frank because a lot of them look like they literally don't care.
No.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't care, then fuck it. Then the only one that cares is LeBron. And
Yeah.
I mean, the fact they didn't make any trade moves at the deadline just shows me that they're going to wait for the off season and they're just going to fucking dump. I think LeBron's just going to pull we used to be friends.
Oh yeah.
You see Westbrook going over to LeBron and AD after the game, fucking rubbing their heads, fucking giving them a smooch, trying everything in his power not to get traded. They just weren't having fucking any of it. Like,
And
but you're gone.
And Russell Westbrook has a fucking player option, so we might be fucking stuck with him next year too, unless we can trade him, which I wouldn't know any of the other 29 teams that would want him.
Yeah, but
John
we
Wall,
got
the
rid
John
of
Wall
him good
trade.
values, man. Like, I don't know what the Lakers were doing. Kuzma, who's been balling in Washington, KCP, Montrezl Harrell. Harrell, 6th man of the year too.
Yeah, but the reason they traded Montrez is because Frank Vogel didn't know what to do with him. He wasn't playing. He wasn't getting minutes. There were some
Yeah.
stretches there where he didn't touch the court, and he goes, I came over here to play. I came over here for defense. I am a defensive player. Put me in the paint and I'll lock it up. And he just wanted him to basically run around like Russell Westbrook is right now. Like, it was very, very confusing. Like, I understand why Montrez came out publicly saying, I do not like Frank Vogel and I do not like this team. Like, he didn't care.
I don't blame
And he was
him
such
either.
a solid player before he went there too. And he kind of turned it around.
Anytime
this
he
year.
played, he was fucking solid.
Yeah.
The fucking
When he
8
did.
minutes that he got.
Yeah, really. Fuck.
And you think DeAndre Jordan is the fucking answer at your center position? You pathetic team. Wow. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I
DeAndre
know.
Jordan's really been pissing me off.
I don't really know what's going on. I think LeBron and Rob need to get together in the summer and figure everything the fuck out. I mean, it's unacceptable that the Lakers are 9th in the West right now, sitting at 26 and 30.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but there's I think we need to bring back the brow because we have Anthony Davis. We need Anthony the Brow Davis.
tell him to get off GTA then, man. All he's been doing is fucking streaming, probably
Oh.
smoking at home, and then fucking goes and plays the game and fucking leaves. He doesn't
He's
care
been
about
playing
basketball.
PUBG, man. Him and Ben Simmons.
There you go. Getting paid $40 fucking million to sit at home and stream. Awesome. Phoenix Suns, Golden State Warriors. I don't see that moving at all at the top. I mean, they're gonna be 1 and 2. I think Phoenix is gonna win the West.
Yeah.
Not come out of the West necessarily, but they're gonna be first seed.
But there's nobody else that could, maybe the Nuggets, but nobody else can match up with Phoenix or Golden State. Maybe
Chris
Utah
Paul's
Jazz.
balling,
Oh yeah.
and Devin's
Fucking right he
balling.
is.
So
Yep.
the big guard play in Golden State too. They got Clay back. I mean, they don't even have to really depend on them necessarily. Draymond will come back and feed.
James
outside.
Wiseman will come back too. Fuck.
Yeah, so it'll be scary. I personally think the Jazz are going to take a bit of a dip. I think the Nuggets will move up to like a 4th seed. I can see Memphis staying around where they are, 3 or 4.
And the Nuggets might get Jamal Murray and Michael Porter later on.
He's expected back in March.
So
Murray's expected back in
Yeah,
March.
so last couple weeks of the season.
and Timberwolves have been surprising too.
I a couple podcasts before I said I think it might have been the last podcast we did about basketball. I said don't be surprised when Minnesota fucking creeps up out of nowhere. I personally think Minnesota has the potential to creep up to a 6th seed too, which is pretty fucking sad to see, but they're building quite a bit of an organization, and a lot of that I'm going to credit to the new ownership between Mark Lore and a certain Alex Rodriguez. No worries, guys. Clippers, Lakers are just fucking stagnant. They're probably going to be 500 teams, which is just disgusting to even say, but I mean, maybe creep up to 7 and 8, both of them, but who fucking knows? Like, who's going to take
PG? Yeah.
Who's going to take the dip here? I think Dallas will dip down because I think that Kristaps Porzingis trade was a mistake. I mean, how guard heavy do you have to be? But I mean, it might also work in their favor. So I guess we'll see about that. Portland is trash. I think they're going to bump down, and I think the Kings will creep up to be that 11 or 10 seed.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see Sacramento actually creep up to the 10th seed and make it to the play-in.
Yeah.
But Clippers might go up because Paul George is coming back soon. And maybe Kawhi is going to play this season. We don't
Kawhi's
know.
not going to play this season. I'll put that in stone.
Confirmed?
I'll confirm that. I don't see him playing this season. I mean, it's a fucking
Maybe
write-off.
maybe if they go to the playoffs, but he's not playing any regular season
What were
games.
What were they last year? The 2nd fucking seed? I know that Golden State wasn't a factor because I mean Steph was doing everything by himself, but I'm pretty sure they were 2nd or 3rd seed, the Clippers.
They were.
So I mean, it's a big dip. Why are you gonna rush your star player back for this? It's obviously a write-off. You're not going to compete against these other teams in the playoffs. So it's just kind of a waste of fucking time. I just say Kawhi sits the whole fucking season, take the summer, fully rehab, fully come back in shape, and get ready guns ablaze next year, and make more fucking office trades in summer as well.
But Grizzlies are not Grizzlies. The Jazz are the underdog here because they got Conley, Spida, and Gobert.
Jordan Clarkson. They're still a solid team.
Yep, they are.
But I still think it's between 2 teams, the Suns and Golden State.
I think so too. And I mean, I think it's crazy how the fact that the betting odds for the 76ers and Nets to win the East are so high when, I mean, what's the fucking 76ers are sitting at what? 6th, 5th, something like that. And then I'm pretty sure the 5th or 6th, and then the 5th, and then the fucking the Nets are sitting at what? 7, 8, something like that. 7, 8. Yeah. So. All right, let's wrap it up with some fucking stats, boys.
Oh,
League leaders in points as of today. We got Joel Embiid, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Trae Young, DeMar DeRozan, and Luka Doncic. Rebounds per game, we have Rudy Gobert, Nikola Jokic, Clint Capella, Sabonis, and Vucevic. Whatever. It's Vucevic, actually, but it's okay. Assists per game, we got Chris Paul, James Harden, Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, Luka Doncic. Blocks per game, Miles Turner, Rudy Gobert, Robert Williams III, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Mo Bamba. Mo Bamba. Let's fucking go. Steals per game, we got DeJounte Murray, Gary Trent Jr., Marcus Smart, Chris Paul, Thibault.
Matthias Thibault.
I love Gary Trent Jr. That guy's fucking balling right now too. I love that guy.
He's a fucking unit.
He's fucking sick.
Steph Curry's made 241 3-pointers, and second is Fred VanVleet with 191. So that's not even close.
Steph's having kind of an off year this year too, so that's fucking sad to see. But greatest shooter of all time. So what are you gonna do?
I went to the Heat Hawks game in Miami at the beginning of January, and I was surprised to find out the fact that PJ Tucker was leading the league in 3-point percentage at that time and is still leading the league in 3-point percentage,
48%,
which is fucking ridiculous because he's known as a defensive forward and he's fucking tearing it up on the 3 line. So, and
like the worst looking shot. Yeah.
His shot is just disgusting to watch, and it just goes in, and it's just like, wow. Okay.
It aggravates you when you have to shoot the ball.
Yeah, I was surprised because I was just like, wow, that is an ugly fucking shot. And I'm like, well, that's a dime right there. Gone. We'll do fantasy points per game leaders. Nikola Jokic first, Giannis second, Joel Embiid third, Luka Doncic fourth, and DeJounte Murray fifth. Yeah, boys. I mean, Joel Embiid is the apparent the media's favorite for MVP this season.
I think Joker, but yeah.
But he's been having a quiet season, the Joker.
How so?
A little bit. I don't know.
Just because he's not up there. And
I disagree, but
I mean, he's playing a pretty all-around game. I think if I were to call it today, I'm going to say Rudy Gobert is going to win Defensive Player of the Year again. I mean, the only person in a regular season that's going to compete with him is probably Ben Simmons. And he hasn't played yet. I mean, DeJounte
gets the love.
Yeah. DeJounte Murray, I mean, he's looking good. He's fourth in assists. Where else is he? He's leading in steals as well. I'm surprised Jimmy Butler's not up there in the steals column. He usually is. He also has taken some time off. He's been up and down a little bit this season, but I mean, he's still playing solid when he plays, but it's just a matter of him playing on a consistent basis. I mean, Rudy Gobert's also shooting 70% from the field, which is pretty disgusting. But I mean, everything's under the net, and he's only getting about 13, 15 points a game anyway. So
yeah.
And Rookie of the Year, I got Scotty over Evan Mobley.
Evan Mobley for me right now. So Evan Mobley or Scotty.
Yeah.
Because the Cavs are so high.
Yeah.
And he's contributing. Where is he?
I mean, Chris Paul's fourth in steals too, and first in assists. I mean, he's fucking averaging 10.6 assists a game, which is just nuts. He's like on the fucking ladder of his career too, which is just insane. Just the production that Phoenix has put up is I mean, you couldn't have called it when he left the Clippers. Like that shit would be going down like this. Like the Phoenix
Guys,
Suns would just be-
guys rejuvenated.
yes.
Oh,
And I mean, I personally don't think he doesn't feel the pressure to run the floor all the time, be the one guy to find everything. I mean, Devin Booker is a good off-ball guard or a good guard right beside him as well, who can still make plays. And fuck, I mean, if Chris knows that's another option, he just feeds him. And then, I mean, Dev can either pull up or find another play. So that's just, it's lethal. But I don't know. Anybody else got any shit to share about the NBA before we get the fuck out of here?
No.
No
Nope.
choice, the moist.
oh yeah.
Fuck Utah Jazz. Simple as that for me.
Yeah, I don't think anybody likes them ever, like in the
If they
history of the
make
NBA.
Yeah. If they make it out of the second round, I'll wear a Donovan Mitchell jersey on the pod.
They're like a better Portland Trailblazer team. They just they get there and couple
I don't want to play basketball today.
yeah, a couple
But-
rounds and that's it.
I have a questions for Nick.
Oh God. What's up?
Nick, what do you have on your wall, man? The Senators?
I knew
Made that
somebody
up,
was gonna
man.
say something.
Tear
I knew
that
somebody
up.
was gonna say something.
Oh fuck.
I was waiting for it.
Did they beat
I got-
Boston today or?
I have no idea. I got the
Oh,
signed
wow.
picture of Craig Anderson on the wall. You know,
That bald-headed fucking prick. Yeah.
I haven't checked the hockey scores today. I did sleep till 3:30. So.
Yikes.
Productive day from all of us.
Oh yeah.
You
All right.
realize Carlson doesn't play for Ottawa?
Enough,
Oh,
man.
no,
Fuck.
We're getting out of here.
Fuck.
It's been episode 46 of Zooming with the Boys.
Oh, yeah.
Check the description below. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter. Keep up to date with what we're doing. All-Star break next weekend, so we'll probably maybe we'll do another episode, talk about the All-Star game. Probably not though, because I mean it's going to be probably 156 to 145 type caliber game. There's going to be no defense whatsoever. Other news, fucking got our football epi dropping on Wednesday. We're going to be talking about all the shit that went down in the Super Bowl. That has not happened yet because this is some pre-recorded shit. And yeah, other than that, stay tuned with what we're doing. Drop some comments below. Let us know what you think about our NBA takes. And we'll be back in March to talk more about all the shit that's gone down in February.